New day, new drama in South Africa. According to new reports, Presley Chweneyagae's mom has become traumatized after the demise of her son as she faints in her house. Please like this video as you watch. The devastating news of South African actor Presley Chweneyagae's sudden death has sent ripples of grief across the country and beyond. Yet nowhere has the heartbreak been felt as sharply as within the quiet walls of his mother's home. Family members and neighbors describe how Presley's mother has been left utterly shattered by the loss of her beloved son, so overwhelmed by pain that she collapsed inside her house when confronted with the reality of his passing. In the days since, she has struggled to rise above a sorrow so heavy it seems almost to have taken the air from the home they once shared in laughter and love. For millions of fans around the globe, Presley Chweneyagae was the face of powerful South African cinema, an actor whose talent earned international acclaim after his role in the Oscar-winning film Tsotsi. Yet for his mother, Presley was never simply a celebrity. He was the baby she cradled, the boy whose laughter filled her kitchen, and the man whose every success made her heart swell with pride. Those close to the family recall how deeply intertwined their lives were. Presley's fame only seemed to deepen his devotion to his mother. Even on film sets or during international interviews, he made time to call her daily, sometimes just to share something funny or ask if she needed groceries. In countless interviews, Presley himself credited his mother's strength and love as the driving forces behind his success. "She is my pillar," he once said in an interview, a quote his mother had framed in their living room. Today, that same frame stands as a painful reminder of a bond that has been cruelly interrupted. Those present on the day Presley's mother received the news say it was like witnessing the shattering of a soul. A trembling family member entered her home, unable to hide the dread etched on their face. Presley's mother, sensing something terrible, reportedly whispered her son's name before the words were even spoken. When the truth was finally said out loud, that her only son had died unexpectedly, she let out a sound so raw it chilled everyone in the room. Her cries, neighbors said, could be heard beyond the walls. Then, as the weight of grief seemed to crush her, she collapsed, her body giving in to a pain too deep for words. Family members scrambled to lift her, calling emergency services in a panic. Paramedics arrived swiftly, working to stabilize her and bring her back to consciousness. But when her eyes opened again, witnesses say they no longer held the spark of the woman they had known. Instead, they reflected a haunting emptiness, a heartache beyond comprehension. Since that moment, Presley's childhood home has transformed into something both sacred and sorrowful. The rooms once alive with his laughter and phone calls now echo with silence. Family members describe how his mother wanders through the house at dawn, fingers brushing over photos of Presley as a child, a teenager, a man accepting awards. She sometimes pauses by the couch where he would sit when visiting, her gaze lost in memory. On several occasions, she has been heard whispering to his photograph, asking questions only he could answer. "Why did you leave me so soon? Are you watching over me?" At night, she sits quietly in Presley's old bedroom, clutching a jacket he left behind. The scent of his cologne lingers faintly, a ghost of the son she longs to see again. Family members say she speaks softly to the empty room, recounting memories as if he were still there to listen. Presley's mother has long been known in the community as a woman of faith, attending church services without fail and offering prayers for her family. But those close to her admit that the loss has shaken her deeply. Friends say she still prays, but her prayers are now mixed with heartbreak and questions. Why him? Why so soon? Local pastors and spiritual counselors have visited to offer comfort, reminding her that Presley's life, though short, left a lasting legacy. Yet grief, as they know, is an unpredictable force. Some days, she appears to find brief moments of calm. Other days, sorrow returns with full force, leaving her too weak to even speak. Neighbors, friends, and fellow church members have formed a quiet circle of support around Presley's grieving mother. They bring hot meals, sit beside her in silence, and gently hold her hand when words feel insufficient. One neighbor shared how even the children on the street speak softly near her gate, understanding in their own way that something profound has changed. In an extraordinary gesture, local artists and fans have organized candlelight vigils in Presley's honor. At each gathering, Prayers are offered not just for Presley's soul, but especially for his mother, whose heartbreak has become a shared pain in the community. Since fainting on the day she heard the tragic news, Presley's mother has been under medical observation. Doctors have warned the family about the real dangers of what some call broken heart syndrome, a genuine medical condition where extreme grief affects heart function. To protect her health, family members now stay with her at all times, ensuring she eats small meals, drinks water, and takes her medication. Yet even in these moments of care, they see the shadow of sorrow etched into her face. Family friends recount seeing her stare out the window late at night, as if still expecting Presley to return home, carrying his familiar smile and gentle voice. Though grief feels overwhelming, the family has found moments of comfort by sharing memories of Presley. They remember the little boy who danced in the living room to make his mother laugh, the teenager who shyly asked her blessing before auditions, and the adult who never failed to call home no matter where work took him. One cousin recalled how Presley once postponed a major interview just to take his mother to a doctor's appointment, telling producers, "Family comes first." These stories, repeated softly in the dimly lit home, draw brief smiles and tears from his mother, reminding her, if only for a moment, of the love that remains. Beyond the family walls, Presley Chweneyagae's legacy continues to inspire. His role in Tsotsi changed the global view of South African cinema, but his influence stretched even further. He mentored young artists, spoke passionately about social issues, and never let fame cloud his humility. Community leaders speak of starting scholarships or arts programs in his name, an enduring tribute to a man who believed deeply in giving back. His mother, though deep in grief, has expressed a quiet hope that his name will continue to bring light to others, even as it now brings tears to her eyes. For Presley's mother, each sunrise is a new confrontation with an absence too vast to fill. The collapse she suffered upon hearing of his passing was more than a physical fall. It was the visible breaking of a heart that had built its world around him. Yet, even in the depth of sorrow, loved ones cling to the belief that faith, memory, and the warmth of those around her will help guide her through. They know the road will be long and marked with tears, but Presley's spirit, the love he left behind, will remain her quiet companion.